Hello and welcome back to Avowed. We are heading into this territory this time, and the reason we're doing that is because this is the last bit of land that we think we're going to need to explore before we head into this bit. Now, I'm not sure if this is connected. The map, if we look at the mountains here, there should be a path through, right? The map says there should be a path through into here and all of that, but it could be that this is all inaccessible, right? It could be that there's the drop actually continues along here, and we have to go all the way around. But yeah, essentially, we got this bit, which is mostly mountains and desert, and then we're into, well, main story and companion quests and all sorts of cool stuff. So that's the plan. So let's head over here and see what's going on. I need to figure out what bits or when we're going into the new section. So we've been here, so I won't explore this because we've already explored it. Yeah, so then we come out this way, and we see over to our right we have the big bit that we went up last time. So this is all new. Yeah. So let's head along this way and see what we can find. Ooh, there's a bunch of Adra there. That's the strangled Adra? Ah, we knew it had to be somewhere. We thought it was here previously, so that makes sense. I'm just exploring down here just to check that we've got everything, which I think we have. Yeah, you see this mountain range is kind of very solid along the edge here. I think it's going to be solid the whole way. I don't know if there's a... maybe if there's a path through, it might be there, like right there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway. Right, over this way. I also thought I heard like some Zarup somewhere, but I guess I didn't. What is this thing? Ooh. Got an inside. We've already been here? We have indeed already been here. Alright. Wonderful. Well, you know, it's one of the benefits of having short-term memory loss. You can keep rediscovering the same things over and over again. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to get up there. But I'm sure somewhere in... like, somewhere around here there must be somewhere to climb. Maybe you could climb there, potentially? Maybe on this side there's somewhere better. We been there? Yeah, kinda. This looks like it's climbable. I don't know if it's the way you're meant to do it. Okay, that was not climbable. Good to know, good to know. Oh, we haven't been here. There's all sorts of plants and things. I hear loot. Aha! Oh! It's top quality loot with a 5 lockpick. Whisper of Exiles. It's a new wand? Well, that is intriguing. So, our current wand is attack damage, range, and shock damage. What's Whisper of Exiles? Full combo attack deals low frost accumulation to nearby enemies. Hits deal 10 bonus frost damage. It's not that good. However, it is definitely our secondary. Yeah, this goes on to our secondary. So now we have a wand in primary and secondary, which I think is good. Right, let's read about it. The Godless were master artisans well ahead of their time. This weapon is one example of their more intricate work. Whether through magic or artifice, 2 separate pieces of ivory, one black and one white, were twisted and bound together to create this wand. Once wielded by the archmage Ringrim for its affinity for frost, the weapon fell out of favour as her power and mastery of cold deepened. The whispers that you can sometimes hear coming from this wand drift across your senses like a frigid winter wind. Now that's very interesting. Ringrim wielded a godless weapon. That's got implications potentially. Either she knows a lot about the godless, which is possible, or she knew the godless, like directly, which is possible and intriguing. Got it. Right. Well, if we're thinking of how to get over there, we have to go up this thing, right? It looks like that would make the most sense to me. Also, just going to check this bit while we're here. Have we been here? Yes. Okay. Yeah, we've been to this camp before. So, if we head around here, I'm suspecting we're going to get to the way up. No? Alrighty then. Ah! Here we go. This is the way up. Let's get a little bit of height, and there we go. Now we can start climbing. I think this whole bit's like a climbing area. So we can jump over here, obviously. Does this allow us to climb up here? Yeah. Ow. Yeah, we knew that was happening. This, though, does not appear to have a way around. Huh. Yeah, there's no way around here. Oh, I did the same thing twice. That's impressive. So actually, it looks like you get to there from there. Which leads us back to our original question. How do we get up there? Oh no, there are enemies up there, so you definitely get up there. That almost looks climbable, but I don't think it is. Yeah, this... Oh, there's definitely a path through there. I was going to say, this looks like there's a path. There is. We can see it now. That's the place I was before, right? Yes. We know that's the Strangled Adra. We can see it. We just need to figure out if there's a way in. Oh, how about we go in the center here? Try this. And... lightning. I don't think that actually hit many of them. Nice. One benefit of our current wand is the range is actually huge as a benefit. Because it means we can hit them from back here, taking away one of the main weaknesses of actually playing our wizard. Because the main weakness of playing the wizard is that if they get close to us, we get, you know, destroyed. So being able to stand back and just do some consistent damage without having to get right in there or use all of our essence recovery is very nice. Right. One, I can hear loot, and two, I now understand. This is simply just a higher elevation. Ah, there's the loot. Right. Grab it. It's crafting material. You know it, I know it. It's always crafting material. Definitely looks like there's a way up there, but I think to get there you have to go all the way around. Yeah. We can do that. Here. And around this way. To a tiny little lockbox. Now this doesn't actually get us to the Strangled Adra, which is confusing to me. Oh, never mind. How about... Aha! Up here. Little fire. And we go through here. We're now closer to the Strangled Adra. Grab that. I think this is makeable. Oh, it also says there's more over here somewhere. Oh, it must be above. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're getting that. There we go. Strangled Adra. I'm going to ignore it for a second. Just to see what's back here. Ah. So, weapon. I was on the wrong weapon. I thought I was on the one where we're just going to do a little beam of fire. There we go. Right. And in this chest we've got things. So something's dripping from up above. Huh. Right. Around here. There's no way up to that area, which again is weird because it looks like there's something there, right? That looks like something. Can I climb on top of the box? I can. No, it didn't give us the magnetism, and we were definitely close enough, so mustn't be anything there. Yes, please remove the illusion.
That's done. Look, it's her.
And bunch of stuff there. Climb. More of this. Yeah, it almost looks like something up there, but I don't think there is actually. Yeah, I think that's actually devoid of things. Well, head back to the Strangled Adra then. We can go up here. Going up here doesn't give us any benefits whatsoever. Trying to figure out if there was somewhere else we could go from there, but I don't think so. Strangled Adra.
Something happened here. A spinner lay its trap in the dark. A home became a prison became a home. We thrash against the web that binds. What must we do to escape?
Wait for the thing that imprisoned you to grow complacent. What's the point? Stay calm, or is there anyone you can call for? Or is there anything you can use? So this is obviously talking about Sapadal and its current situation. Let's say stay calm. You can't devise a plan until you clear your head.
We pause. In stillness, we see our struggling tighten the knot. The web loosens. It soothes us.
Ooh. Ton of XP, and we get corrupted Adra from that. Neat. I still feel like these are eventually going to come back to haunt us. Like our choices are going to be revealed to us at the end, and they're going to take the wrong life lesson from all of them. But for now, just kind of cool moments with Sapadal. Alright, so next place we need to go, is it over there? Yeah, I think it's kind of over this way, past the second lake, and then into the left. So, drop down here, head over this way, and we're aiming for the second lake, which will be somewhere over here, and then we want to go left at it. So I haven't seen a first lake either, which is a little bit of a problem. I'm getting the feeling I've overshot. No, I've undershot. I'm in the wrong area entirely. This is the area I should be in. I think when I said lake, what I really should have said is rock, because I think that's what these are on the map. Yeah, so we've been in there and we've explored the whole of the Sand Sea ruins. I'm fairly certain. Yeah. That was the dungeon we did previously. And we've been here before, because that's where we killed these guys. So now, if we work our way across this way, we should be able to see if there's anything else in the desert. I'm suspecting that a lot of it is just going to be more desert, though. There's also a fast travel point there, which implies that we will be able to move on to the next area. Right, hit him. Big ice. Fire. And then get the swarmer at the back. Just use whatever I had available, which just happened to be the ice around us.
Just a minute.
And the swarmer's dead. Right.
I was just getting warmed up.
Oh, there we go. There's the turnip. Here. More plants. Oh, there's more plants up here. Apparently. Oh, yeah. Cool. Some essence. Do I hear something coming from in there? Probably not. There is an area we haven't explored back this way, though. Might just have been that. Yeah, and then over here. Yeah, it's not anything either. Cool. Although we do have more plants growing on the trees, which I guess are also plants. So I could have just said more plants growing there. This then takes us up to this rock, which I think we've explored most of, but have we been in here specifically? I don't know if I hear loot. I don't think I do. We've been here before. Right, and now it's just the edge, right? Yeah, pretty much. Got that, the thorns fruit. No. Heading up here. Just trying to see if there's anything along the edge. You got this person. Who are you? Guess you were climbing and then you got hit by a rock. Yeah, well, it's unfortunate. Apparently it's not relevant though. We can't tell anyone about it. We can just be like, ah, well, then move on. I keep thinking I can hear the loot sound in the background. I swear they put it in the audio track so that you're like, is there loot here? Is there loot here? Is there loot here? Is there loot here? Like, I think they've done it deliberately to mess you up. I think this is the whole bit of this side. Sorry, I'm using the map more than I was saying I was going to in previous episodes, but I'm using it more so that I know that we're done in this particular section. So I think we are. Yeah, I think this is a fairly good like scan of that section. Which now means moving into Shark's Mouth Beacon, which is the section which has Rimgrim in it, and the section that has Kai's companion quest in it. Oh, let's do a quick save as well. Oh, and a new quest, apparently. Oh. Hello?
You're a Darren, right? Over here.
Hello.
Welcome to Shatterscar. Or, welcome to Shark's Teeth, anyway. Damn. I didn't think you'd actually talk to someone like me.
You're the one who called me over.
Oh, well, I hope I'm not imposing on you. Listen, I've got to take some supplies to that tower up the road. They're for Kotoa and Hayako. Have you heard of them?
Kotoa and Hayako? If they need supplies, they must be planning something good.
They've probably killed more dream thralls than the rest of us combined. Well, they said, why shoot one when you could take out a dozen instead?
Killing dream thralls at scale, how do they pull that off? Wouldn't it be hard to fight that far from Thirdborn? Let's say this one.
Preemptive defense. That's what they say. In theory, we can stop them before they reach the town itself.
Draw them away. Of course. Thirdborn's lucky to have tacticians like them.
These supplies will go a long way, if I can ever get them up there. This is my third trip today, and whew, it's a lot of stairs.
You don't think they'll mind if an Adiran delivers them, do you?
I'm not sure. I've only heard them talk about fighting dream thralls. There's a lot of work to do, though. I don't think they'd turn down help. Keep going through the teeth. The tower is just over the ridge. You can't miss it.
Alright then. We can do that. Yeah, it does kind of feel like a trap, but that's okay. As long as it isn't a trap, that's all that really matters. Right. Let's set that as our quest as well. The Old Pargrun Tower. So where exactly is that? Oh, it's over there. Oh, oh yeah, I see. You can access it from that side. That makes sense. Cool. Also, like he said, welcome to Shatterscarp and all that sort of stuff. So I'm wondering if you're meant to get this quest earlier, but I don't really understand how you could. It's about as far away from the main path as possible. But I don't know. Anyway, I guess if you were just mainlining the main quest first. Because I suppose the other way you could handle these zones, right? The way we've been handling them is you do the side quest and the main quest, right? The other way you could handle them is that you just mainline the main quest. Which would mean you go to Thirdborn, and then you would head in this way to get up to Ringrim's bit. So that would mean that this is the true path, if that makes sense. Like, this is the path that you would naturally take. Huh. So yeah, I guess if they were designing it so you do that, that would make sense. The only thing is, they don't really encourage you doing that, because in Fior, they just punished you if you had done that, because you would have lost a whole bunch of quests if you'd done the main quest first. Because you wouldn't have done the side quest in Fior, and then Fior burns and you would lose it. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Got it. Monk. Get a bit of essence. Get a bit of lightning. I know lightning's not the best, but it seems to work against them. At least enough bounces work. Oh, that was worrying. Right, we also need to get some more regen, so let's do some of that here. And then a bunch of regen from this. That works for me. Ooh, should have grabbed these first. Oh well. We'll grab that. And then we'll grab that as well. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, ton of stuff to sell. That's good. I'm just bouncing it on the ground there so that it went outside. Really just need a way outside here. Right. Well, that was unexpected. But we did it. Alright, along here should be Kai's quest, I think, for Tama. Is there a way in here? Looked like there was a way in there, but I guess there isn't. You alright? He keeps making sounds like he's being hurt constantly. Oh! I swear, I was about to say in the previous zone, a plant would have spawned out of nowhere and attacked you for something like that. And lo and behold, yeah, the plant appeared out of nowhere and attacked me. Right.
Why can't the way forward in science ever be easy?
I hear loot. Hello.
Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting to see anyone this far from Thirdborn. Are you... Your face!
Yes, I'm a godlike, alright.
You're a godlike. That makes perfect sense. I had a terrible time trying to find a guide in Thirdborn who'd take me here. But meeting you makes it all worth it.
Why do I feel like you're studying me?
You're right. I'm sorry. You have to admit, though, you are a prime specimen. I'm a mycologist, you see, and I'm working on a compendium of the different types of fungus in the living lands. Sure enough, what happens as soon as I show up? A fungus-based illness. There's a riot of data out here.
The disruption of the local ecosystem has been nothing short of fascinating.
See? You understand. That's why I had to document it. Actually, since you're here, I'm having some trouble with the sporlings. I've devoted my whole life to my fungal friends. But I'm finding that the ambulatory ones aren't quite as, friendly. In fact, they're quite murderous. I'd normally be against harming them, but please kill the sporlings before they kill me. Thank you.
Like that giant one over there, I already took care of it.
Wait, that means it's safe to go back to my experiments. I'll have to collect everything and... I am suddenly very busy. Pardon me.
That should suit her fine. Until the next Borling comes along.
Well, then it isn't our problem.
Nothing better than a breakthrough.
When the next Sporling comes along, it's, you know, her responsibility for her own safety. That's what we're going to tell ourselves, despite knowing that she is most likely dead. This is obviously somewhere there's going to be a fight, right? Whoa. Didn't expect it just to pop out of nowhere. I'll be honest, I knew there was a fight. Just didn't know when there was going to be a fight. Right, that one's down. Wrong move. I should have used the single target there, but that's okay. Oh, they've got a artillery. Well, they got a mortar at the back. Okay. Priest, hit it. Killed the priest. Ice. Fire. I know that they're probably resistant, but not all of them are. The skeletons aren't. There we go. Or there. Some spawning at the top. Rangers. I'm gonna kill them as soon as possible. Did you just say you're down? What? Right. There's a good heal. Get some essence. Go up here. Bounce lightning across. And hit him.
There's nothing there.
No, there is. More spawned. Okay. Thought that was the last wave. And disrupted that one's attack.
Next one's mine.
Awesome.
Another glorious battle.
Right, up here. And we'll grab the Stilgar leather. Ooh, up this way. Just continuing to look for loot. Ow. You could see that one coming. Here, more loot. Some below us, which is probably where Tama's thing is. Judging by the fact it's orange, it almost certainly is where Tama's thing is. Over here, nothing, and it was another way you could come in as well. Yeah, so this leads to a new area. Awesome. Just wanted to check it wasn't like the end of this area. And then nothing over there. Wonderful. Tama's badge and Sand Shroud.
That's Tama's badge. You found it. It really was out here all this time. Right where we left it.
Do you want to tell me why this means so much to you?
Hard to know where to start. It reminds me of old times. Long marches under the desert sun. Scouting runs through sandstorms so thick we had to tie our tunics over our mouths.
Sounds like an adventure.
It was sunburn on your top half and chafing on your bottom half, but yeah, those were good days. And Tama, he'd wake us up before dawn with the most off-key singing you've ever heard and a pot of burnt merc brew.
We'll keep listening.
He kept us marching until we had sand in every orifice you can think of, and a few you didn't know you had. Just when it felt like we were going to collapse, he'd call it and we'd make camp. And somehow, we'd all find the energy for a few rounds of cards or songs or stories.
He knew how to look after you, didn't he?
He did.
Let's say, come on, Kai, talk to me.
About what? He's gone. Talking won't bring him back.
Let's say maybe it'll bring you closure.
Closure. I never understood the term. Just feels like swallowing the thing that makes you sick. Here's the truth. I led a patrol. We were ambushed. Tama came to our rescue. And he suffered a fatal wound in the process.
He died out here?
No. He hung on. He was the color of an eel's belly. The stubborn bastard made it all the way back to Thirdborn. We got him a sickbed, but we knew he didn't have long.
Do you think he knew that?
I'm sure of it. Not much got by him. You ever had to watch someone fade away? When it's slow and agonizing. No glory, no din of battle, no distractions.
Let's say yes.
Then you know. It's like sitting still while someone drags rusty nails over your skin. Sitting there, I noticed that he was missing his badge. And all the time I'd known him, I'd never seen him take it off.
So you realize he'd lost it in the skirmish?
Cruel irony, isn't it? He comes to our rescue, and in the process, he loses the thing that marks him as a soldier. I'm sorry, Envoy. I haven't talked about this in a while.
Let's say we're here if you want to talk more.
Just having his badge in hand means more than you know. There's just one last thing I've got to do.
Anything.
There's a memorial site with some cairns on the cliffs east of Thirdborn. One of those cairns is Thomas. We passed by there before. It's time I said goodbye.
We'll go. This sounds like something you need to do.
Careful, or you'll give me second thoughts. I usually count on my friends to be worse influences, you know. Let's go.
And then there's the item. Sand Shroud. 10% chance to avoid ranged damage. This crudely hewn sandstone ring vanishes from sight when you wear it, but its notable heft makes it clear it is still present. Enemies have a hard time focusing on you when this ring is on, causing some of their attacks to go wide, almost as if they were not aiming at you but at something next to you instead. That's a really good ring if you have more health. The problem with it for us is, if a ranged attack hits us, we're dead, right? Or, like, we're close to dead. So, although we dodge 10% of them, it still doesn't matter, because if we're being hit by them, we're probably going to be near death anyway. If you have a ton of health, you can kind of stand and you can tank a whole bunch of shots. So, more shots would hit you that you would normally ignore, but because you've got the ring on, you're then, instead of doing that, you're like effectively reducing their damage by 10%, which is very valuable to say the least. So yeah, I think it's more valuable if you are actually being shot and aiming to be shot. Like, obviously you're not aiming to take damage, but if you're in melee, you might just be like, I'm gonna tank the ranged attacks and then deal with the damage I'm taking through other means, like through healing or through just having a lot of regen or something. That's the way I see it anyway. Dunno. It seems like the way that you're meant to deal with it if you are a we'll have that again in a second. Yeah, the way you're meant to deal with it if you're a wizard is you're meant to reflect it back using your whatever it's called, Arcane Veil, which I think makes a lot of sense. Oh, okay. Didn't realize this was a pool. We're now over encumbered and in the water. That's a bad combo. Oh, that looks like an Adiran. Oh, okay. What are you doing here?
Envoy! Thank the gods you came through.
Oh, I'm no healer, but that looks painful.
Some sneaky bastard put a dart trap in front of that door. Have you got any healing skills? A potion? Oh, I'm begging you.
I will use Dream Touch to heal him. Stay still, you'll feel better soon.
Gods. Oh, that's a relief. Now I can get back to Eagle's Reach. Damn Thirdborn. Damn everything.
Are you part of a squad? Where are they?
They sent a whole unit of us to scout the tower's perimeter. The others are gone, though. Trap's got them.
It's a wonder that an Adiran scout is all the way out here.
Captain Weemgar wanted us to see what kind of shape the tower was in. Thought we could use it. Whoever did it is probably out there planning their next move. You've got to finish this. Root them out.
It's also interesting that we were specifically invited here as an Adiran. Or told to go here as an Adiran, and they've got traps set up that got the previous one. It definitely that definitely sounds that they were planning to get us. Let's say it's two Thirdborners. They're holed up in there to fight the Dream Scourge.
Helios tits, these traps are all over. And they're not just going to kill Dream Thralls. I mean, they'll stumble into anything. No, this is different. This feels intentional. Anyway, thanks for your help. I'd better get to Eagle's Reach.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It definitely feels intentional to me. It feels like they're looking to grab Adirans to kill them. Which would make sense if you think about what the Adirans have done up until now and why you might not want to trust them. Especially if you think the Steel Garrote are the Adirans. Right. Up this way. That almost looks like a way in. That's definitely a trap. You alright there, Kai? There's a trap itself there.
I remember when Rawatayan soldiers had standards.
Yeah, these definitely are more Adirans set up as bait. Adiran orders. Your orders are to investigate the ruined tower in Shark's Teeth and figure out what's been happening to our scouts. We've sent several over the last few weeks and none have returned. Something isn't right, so be on your guard. Report back with your findings. So, actually, unknown to the people here, or maybe known to them, the Adirans going missing are the reason why there are so many Adirans looking for the tower. Although, yeah, actually, now I was saying it out loud, now I'm like, no, they definitely knew. Like, that's the reason why they've been killing the Adirans and keeping them here. Yeah, they knew more Adirans would come. Well, goodbye, wall. Alright then. That didn't work, apparently, this time. That worked. Wait, no, I do want this one.
Easy. Careful. There's bound to be something waiting for us.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to back off for a second.
If you're going to open that, I'm going to take a few steps back.
What, this? The obvious trap? I mean, yeah, it's obvious. Kai? No, I need you a little bit further over here, Kai. I don't think you've quite figured out my plan. It's safe for me. Get it. Oh, I was hoping that one of my companions would be hit by that. Then I wouldn't take any damage. Can't disable it there. Disarm that one. What a trick. Pressure plate under there, huh? Specifically for people who are like, I can disable that. That's vicious. Alright. Gotta be something on that side.
My head says no, but my stomach says yes.
That's definitely a trap. Oh. Wasn't quite what I was aiming for there. No, I'm actually looking to jump. That's the problem. The game doesn't understand. I'm not looking to dash. I'm looking to just jump. That's what I was looking for. Now we can access it. Oh, it's gone. Oh, I see. Also delaying my movements before I do anything. Trying to see if we could get that to activate some other way. Staying in at the edge here. There's more down here as well. My god. I hear loot down there though. There's another way up the tower. Go in here. Quick save. Now good to do this backwards.
We didn't take our chances with that.
This time I do want to dash out, so let's take this out. This is fine. Got the Adiran orders. Good. Back over here. Also deliberately staying low in case something comes up from above. Don't know what this is going to trigger. That's probably going to trigger this then, right?
If I were setting traps, I'd leave myself a safe route. Question is, where?
Up above, yeah. Understand. I'm well aware. But I get 10% XP for each of these disables, so... You know, who's laughing now? Right. The safe route is up above. Right. Which is where we've already been. So we've been here before. climb over this way. That looks like a route in, but I'm going to ignore it for now. Just to head around the edge. And then this way. Blast it. Ah, there's another way in. Let's do this way. Oh, that's a way out, actually. Oh, I see. Oh, that must be the way that you can get to from going through the inside. It then takes you to this route around the outside. And then you can go in here. I think. Maybe? Yeah, you see, if you came in through the inside, you'd have to go up there. Then you would climb up this way, through there, round here, and now you get to this section. Ah. Ow. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Me sees chest in front of me, knows the whole thing has been a trap up until this point. Doesn't realize that's a trap.
This looks clear. Here's hoping they finally ran out of supplies.
That looks almost like something up there as well. Okay. In here. Grab the fresh water. Grab that. Grab these. Grab the essence and the book. Ragged Journal. It's been a week and we're beginning to run low on munitions. More Deerans have come around than we thought, but so far the camper Eagle's Reach has stayed put. Katoa is getting restless. There's only so many traps we can arm. Temerity was against this from the beginning, but if we stand by and do nothing, we'll see Thirdborn swallowed up by Deer's insane conquest of the living lands. Besides, if a Deer is as good-natured as they claim to be, then no one but beetles and dream thralls will come near this tower. We've already caught a few of those fungal fucks in our traps so far. If only there was some way we could weaponize it against the Adirans. So yeah, specifically targeting Adirans, I would say. I'll turn them all off, I'm assuming.
Were you breathing? Was I breathing?
Let's try the correct one, shall we? Ooh, it's another way there as well. Oh, was another way in. Haha. Yeah, there was yet another way we could have taken. But we still haven't found them, which is the interesting thing. We found is their consequences. Get further up here.
I finished the last of the traps, love. How are the armor?
May still lose the place, but they'll be hard-pressed to take it from us without losing another dozen.
That's all we can ask for. If we hold them off long enough for Temerity to see Adir's true intent, maybe Thirdborn will rally. And if they don't, we'll still make Adir bleed for it.
Well, let's see what they have to say about us appearing. Hello.
Look alive, Hayako. The wind's blown us more Adiran company.
Stop! Take one more step and mark my words, I'll cut you down.
Stand down, Hayako. There's clearly been a misunderstanding.
Kai? Gods, what are you doing up here? And with an Adiran, what's going on?
Moapo sent me on a supply run. He forgot to mention the traps.
Wait, who sent you?
Moapo? Oh, gods. He must think he's helping us. That fool. I told him to stay home. This is our fight, not his.
Well, he did just deliver the Adiran envoy straight to us. Maybe he's worth his salt.
I'm starting to see why Moapo left out so many details.
He wants Thirdborn to work with Adir, enemy of my enemy. Something tells me he didn't set those traps to catch dream thralls, or you are hunting Adirans. I knew Moapo set me up. Yeah, I knew Moapo set me up.
Adir is the real scourge in the living lands. They want this tower to control the route to Thirdborn. We've watched your people sink their claws into Eagle's Reach. They'll take this route with guile if they can't take it by the sword.
You two are chumming the waters you're swimming in. You'll bring trouble to everyone in Thirdborn.
Katoa, enough. Let's kill him and be done with it. That should send a message all the way to Paradise.
Good thing I disarmed all your traps on my way up then.
Kutabao. You what? Those took ages to set up. Now I've got to do it all again?
I'll help you. But first, we need to get rid of this loose end. If you don't kill him, I will.
We'll give you one last chance. Leave or die. We'll only warn you once.
I'm sure we can work something out. Well, I kind of want to attack, but let's say I'm sure we can work something out.
Parley with Adir? Not anymore.
Wherever your flags fly, bad luck follows. Nothing good comes from your people.
I saved Rutaska's mine. You'd be out of ammunition if it weren't for me. I'd loot the fire blights in Scadcliff. Kai, Yatsley. Let's say I saved Rutaska's mine. You'd be out of ammunition if it weren't for me.
Please. A mine Adir wanted to destroy in the first place.
But still, I don't know, Hayako. This Adiran's practically on our side.
Kutabao.
Well?
I don't like any of this, but fine. One chance. Do I make myself clear?
We'll clear out of this tower, but one whiff of Adiran's stink, and we'll be back. And don't think this means we trust you.
Ooh. Well, this wasn't quite how I wanted this to go. Let's say, I hear you loud and clear.
We'll remove the traps, for now. Call it a gesture of good faith.
We should get started, Moakua. And you, Envoy, watch your step.
Yeah, so that wasn't how I wanted that to end. Can we talk with him more?
Maybe there's some hope for Thirdborn after all.
No. Okay. See, I was thinking that for Adir, we kind of want rid of them. But I was also thinking that it would be kind of out of character for us to attack first. So I was kind of baiting them. But, yeah. Turns out they were actually just like, no, you made a good point. We won't kill people anymore, and then that was the end of it. Which isn't quite what I was aiming for. I see what they want you to do here. And there is more to explore in the tower, but we gotta do this. Cool. Right, now we've done our homage to Assassin's Creed. Oh, also, hello.
I can't wait to get back to Eagle's Reach.
Door is barred. Okay, we have to go in the other way to get rid of the door. Now it's time to climb back up here again. I'm assuming all the traps are not disabled. Yeah. Also, that is the other way to dodge the traps, is you just run quickly enough. Right. This one? We know we turned off all the traps in the building, so we should be fine. But we'll just keep an eye out for any that are tripwire, started. I think that's everything there. There's an ice bit, so grab that one. And there's apparently some dead ones up above that we can loot. Also should be a way... That was lucky. There should be a way to the door as well at some point. More Adiran orders. Yeah. Like, they were mad that the Adirans were here, but, like, if the Adirans had found somebody here, I actually think chances are these Adirans might have just been like, nah, that's cool, we can, tower's already fortified. I think there is a chance they just they wouldn't have done anything here. There's not that many Adirans this far out. They had other problems. But, when their scouts go missing, they have to send another scout to find the first scout. Figure out what's happened. Maybe there's, a huge amount of dream thrall somewhere. I understand. But they kind of caused their own problems. 8 spools of wire, 5 tile plates, oil, Magrin's Fury, as much water as we can haul, 3 lengths of rope. That's where they were staying most of the time. Anything else here? We know that the shop that we saw, by the way, we know where that is. It's the other side of the mountain. It's the one that's built into the mountain. It's not worth us worrying about. Alright. This way? Get those. Couple's note. Hayako. Remember there are more of these in the basement in case you get hurt on your way up. Also stop leaving these notes around. Scoop and burn. You know the procedure. That's sneaky. They put that one there so that you'd be like, oh, there's loot over here, and then you run at it. Cool. Yeah, there's more deer in orders. There's more money. I hear all the things triggering, but none of them are actually triggering. Right, we've been this way. Down here. Tried to get it so we climbed at the last second. It didn't work, but my logic was if we could climb at the last second. Mostly just seeing what that did. Oh, that destroys the trap. Cool. If we could climb at the last second, then we wouldn't take fall damage, was my thought. Right, and then that leads here. So yeah, you could have come in this way to this area. You would have had a very different opinion of how things were going if you come in this way. Goes to Moapo's way. What's this? Oh. It was just a barbarian. Alright. Fireball. Keep attacking. Oh, everybody wants to speak to us apparently now. They all have opinions on what just happened here. No loot. There's some down here. How do I get there, though? That's a good question. There must be some way down. Maybe over here? No? How'd you get there? Huh. Oh. Wait, no. I thought that was like a destructible one, which is why I said oh. Thought I'd try that just in case it exploded something. How do you get there? This takes me back around here. I'm just trying to figure out how we would do that. Maybe in here? I'm getting too intrigued. This way? There was a way through to the left? No? Definitely doesn't seem like there's a way through to the left. Yeah, this is a different zone. They don't tend to put ways in that far away. So it's got to be back this way somewhere. Huh. Unless you meant to like trigger a trap or something and then it like cutscenes that bit open or something. Like that. By cutscenes, I mean it basically like something swings down and destroys it and then activates the skeleton, but because we came in the other way it didn't do that. I have no idea. You're just peering in the edges here. It could always just be a bait. Yeah, it doesn't look like, with our light, there's any way down there. I think this is pure bait. I think that's actually just bait from the developers. That's mean, if that's what that is. That's just mean. That's the developers doing the same thing that they did at the in the tower, where I was saying like they put the tripwire directly at eye height, so you would miss it if you were going like towards the... Yeah, if you were going towards the loot. That's it's vicious. Hey, you.
Ah! Hello. See, you haven't met Katoa and Hayako yet.
You're well informed for someone who sits out in the sand all day.
You suppose that, do you? Because you knew they tried to kill me.
Ha! You're tougher than you look, scumbag.
What did you think you'd achieve by killing me?
Achieve? You idiot. You think we're gonna let another Fjord happen here? What happened at the tower anyway? I mean, you made it back alive.
Does he think that killing the Adiran envoy is going to make them not destroy Thirdborn? We talked mainly about Thirdborn, about Adir's plans for the place. Let's just leave it vague.
What? They hate Adir. They wouldn't just give up. What did you tell them?
Let's say I warned them that crossing Adir is a mistake. That's not what we did. Let's say I told them Adir wanted to help, not fight them. Let's go with this path. This at least matches what we did, even if it wasn't what I intended.
Adir here to help? That's rich. But they did let you go. They must have had some reason not to kill you. Guess this is where I wish you luck and let you walk away.
Let me.
But remember, don't cross us. Thirdborn is stronger than it looks.
Let me walk away?
Maybe an Adiran alliance wouldn't be so bad.
I was thinking more vassal subject type of situation, but you know, you can call it an alliance if that makes you feel better. Right, let's go deal with Tama's badge. So that is over this way. I should choose the correct quest. Over this way. I think there's a shortcut if we go through here. Yeah, I think if we go this direction, we can get there slightly quicker. We've killed all the Zarops. I was about to call them kobolds, but they're not kobolds, they're Zarops. They're a completely unique, different type of creature. And in no way are they related to kobolds, despite sharing many similarities. They're distinctly unique. Okay. Almost fell off the edge. That's what I get for talking bad about the Zarops.
Thomas Memorial. Never thought anything could contain that man, you know? That booming laugh, that bottomless appetite, boundless energy. Now he's under a pile of rocks.
Souls may carry memories, however faint, of those they knew and loved in their next lives, if that helps.
It doesn't, but I appreciate the effort. This is where you're supposed to distract me, lighten the mood with a wisecrack or something.
After everything, you're still trying to avoid facing this, or... Let's just say, I'm all out, sorry.
Don't be. I don't know where to begin either. There's something I didn't tell you about Thomas' death.
Oh?
Remember how I noticed he'd lost his badge? I went out. I told him I was going to go find it. He told me to stay. I said I'd be right back.
Oh.
I walked away, Envoy. And I kept walking.
You never went back to Thirdborn at all?
Not since returning with you. Couldn't imagine anyone would be too happy to see me after everything. Now you know why I never went back to his house in Emerald Stair. Why I never came back to Thirdborn.
Why everybody's slightly apprehensive of you being back, but you're not actually, like, banished or anything? They're just like, oh. Ah. That makes a lot of sense. Let's just say, I'm sorry, Kai.
At least I'm in good company. The truth is, traveling with you and Marius, getting to know Giada, Yahtzee. It's felt easy. Too easy.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Don't get me wrong, it's been nice. But I'm not a joiner. I'm good for a skirmish, some war stories, a few drinks, but I'm not someone you keep around.
Well, that sounds lonely.
Better than the alternative. I let people down. I let them down when they're counting on me most.
Let's say you messed up. Your real failing is refusing to learn from it. We're all about knowledge. We're all about learning.
Or maybe I learned plenty. I know what I am. I'm finally facing it.
Well, let's say you came all this way to honor Tama. Is that what you'd say if he were here?
But he's not here, and that is because of me. I'm finally owning that.
Alright, you left more than Tama behind. You left the rest of Thirdborn to fend for themselves. You made Tama's memory a burden. That's no way to love him or honor a sacrifice. Or you're choosing to give up. You're letting your regret define you. Let's go for the second one. Let's not make it about Thirdborn and try and add more. Let's just say that specifically about him and Tama. You made Tama's memory a burden. That's no way to love him or honor his sacrifice.
What? No, I didn't.
Then prove it. Talk about him the way he'd want to be remembered.
He died pulling my ass out of the fire, and I still let him face it alone. How can I remember him without remembering that?
Say. Remember him the way you described him to me, as caring, loyal, and brave.
He was all those things. I never forgot it. I guess I stopped thinking of him as anything other than the dying man I left behind. I never realized I'd let my failure change the way I remembered him.
Well, then let's fix that.
One of the things I loved about Tama was how he gave us all a fresh start. No matter where we'd come from or what we'd done. I drifted to Paradise, but never thought about where I'd go from this. Tama always talked about the places he hoped to see. The islands of Deadfire, the tundras of Nasitok, the ancient cities of Old Valia. Maybe I ought to see some of those places for us both. As a traveler, not a soldier. Once we've stopped the Dream Scourge and dealt with the Steel Garrote.
Well, I hope that brings you what you're looking for.
One way to find out, isn't there? I've got some things to sort out, but it feels good to have something to look forward to.
Interesting. Also does seem odd that the what he's decided to do is he's still decided to keep traveling. He's not going to settle down with Thirdborn. He's not going to rebuild the people who he's not going to rebuild this area that he cares so much about. He's going to go traveling still. I think he's still avoiding the fundamental issues. I think he still doesn't want to be here for now. But maybe once he's finished his journey, he'll come back. Anyway, companions get to level up. I'm not sure what we're going to take here. Guess we could do something like Refreshing Wind. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's do Refreshing Wind so he gets his abilities back when he reses. That seems useful. Although he doesn't die as much anymore, but still. Marius. Yeah, these are just too, like, micro-intensive for me to want to use. Like, they're very, they're very much things that you have to specifically be like, oh, I'm going to do that at this moment. Like, oh, I'm going to shadow step him so he can go invisible and do stuff. Like, no, I think I much prefer the routing. So let's do this and then maybe make it a multiple enemies thing. We can hold a group down. Yada. Yada. I do think this is probably the best one, but could do something to make the heal better. Actually, the damage reduction on the heal's really good. Let's take that. Then here, we have the question, is 33% off worth it? I think it probably is. I think we have had fights where it's almost been off cooldown enough times that 33% is worth it. Even if I have my reservations. Right. 2 points available on this level up. What are we going to take? I could take another lightning. That's definitely an option. We now have the ability, actually, now that we're level 20, to get Meteor Shower. Ooh. So, that could be very good. It does cost 125 essence as a base, though. It's quite a lot. Could also go for the second level of Arcane Veil if we wanted to. And we don't really use this one anymore. Now that we have it, we don't seem to use that. We use we use Blizzard a lot, and we use Fireball a reasonable amount. But neither of those feel like they're things I want to like spec into. I kind of feel like going into Lightning might be worth it. Like 20% extra shock accumulation. That could be worth it. What else have we got in here? Is there anything else I'm looking at? No, we've got these, which we've already done. We looked through everything else. Oh, we do have level 20s now on these as well, though. Killing enemies restores 10% of companions' max health. Is not what we're looking for. Ranger. Power attacks with guns and bows. Who cares? Flurry of blows. Gain maximum attack speed, rapid stamina regeneration, increase move speed for 10 seconds. It's cool. It's not what we're going for. And then that's it. For the level 20s. Yeah, I think I'm tempted for shock accumulation, although we tend to max it out immediately anyway. That's the thing. Like, it's not that useful because we already do it. Could just do like a couple of these and just immediately make our power attacks better. Like, yeah. But that would mean we'd have to do more power attacks. I'm really just not sure what we need. I mean, Meteor Shower sounds useful. But it honestly doesn't sound as good as just increasing Crackling Bolt. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Fireball and Crackling Bolt. Increase the area of effect of that and increase the bounces of that. I think that's the best way to increase our damage. Right. Journal. I just want to see where we're at. Find the Emerald Eye. Not far from Unnatural Iciness. So that's Runegrim. We know where that one is, because that's a kill people one. This one, we've probably been to the area where this is. We just haven't been to that specific bit of it. And then that's it. Cool. Right. Well, this seems like a good point to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.